stand together to end corporate greed. Let us stand together to rebuild the disappearing middle class. Let us create an economy that works for all, not just the 1%.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Parts Talk. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. As you know, the UAW strike is on, and this will have an impact on the entire automotive car maker industry, both negatively and positively. What I mean is those affiliated with Stellantis, Ford, and GM will be deeply affected, while the other car makers may just benefit tremendously. Today we will dive into the pros and the cons of the unions. But before we begin with the pros and the cons, let's get into this first video.
You know that there was once a time when a union job in the automobile industry was the gold standard for the working class in America. Well, we are determined to bring those days back again.
This is up to the membership. They vote, okay? We can agree to anything in that room. And we told the companies this. You can keep on trying to play games and keep trying to shortchange the workers. At the end of the day, whatever we agree to in that room really doesn't matter because the membership's going to approve it. If the membership don't approve it, we'll keep going back. It's up to them. The membership runs this union. Everyone! Tier 1! Everyone! Tier 1!
Let us stand together to end corporate greed. Let us stand together to rebuild the disappearing middle class. Let us create an economy that works for all, not just the 1%. And let us all, every American in every state in this country, stand with the UAW. Thank you very much.
Get up! Get down! Detroit is a union town! Get up! Get down! Detroit is a union town!
They live the American dream, and that's what's been dead in this country for a long time. The middle class keeps shrinking, the wealthy class keeps growing, and that's what our fight's about. It's about economic justice for the entire working class. It's about getting back to a country where we have an American dream, because right now that American dream has been dead.
So if you're locked up,
And I'm positive if you go down into that crowd and start interviewing all those workers one by one, everyone will have something different to say and a different cause, all under one umbrella. But they have to do what they have to do in order to get certain things done. And this is where we're going to go into the pros and the cons. Now we're going to go deep into the pros and cons of the unions. My first pro is that unions promote higher wages and better benefits for workers. Ununionized workers earn about $800 per month more than ununionized workers, and this is according to balancework.com. They also have more access to sick days, vacation days, health insurance, and retirement plans. The second pro is that unions protect workers' rights and job security. Ununionized workers have a system of due process and a grievance procedure that can prevent unfair or arbitrary terminations, and this is referenced by vitana.org. They also have more bargaining power and influence over their working conditions, hours, and safety. My third and final pro is that unions facilitate political organizing and advocacy for workers' interests. Unions collect money and direct workers' energies into national organizations that can advance political causes supported by the workers. As you see in the first clip there, Senator Bernie Sanders was there riling up the workers. In addition, unions vocalize the political voices of their workers and lobby for policies that should benefit the working class. Before we go into the cons of the unions, take a look at this next video from TikTok.
Work for a union, you should watch this video. Every time you get a paycheck, you have to pay your union dues before you get that money to spend. And those union dues are supposed to give you benefits and protect your wages, give you safe working conditions, and act as your representation to negotiate on your behalf. But where does that money actually go? Well, luckily, if you just type in the name of the union and then financials, it'll probably be the first link on Google. And when we look at their expenses, we can see that they spent about $1.6 million on strategic directions. They also just happened to spend $500,000 on miscellaneous. Now, a lot of these terms are hard to understand and they are vague for a reason. And that is because a lot of the money that you are paying in union dues actually gets funneled into political contributions. And we know this is true because the third-party advertisers have to disclose that the Calgary Union of Public Employees donated over $1 million to their third-party advertising campaign. So before you pay your next union dues, maybe you should ask who they're contributing to.
Unions are supposed to be transparent. That's basically what it is. You ask questions, they have the right to answer. Now, let's go into the cons of the unions. And the first con we have here is that unions can create rigid and inefficient work environment, meaning that ununionized workers may have to follow strict rules and procedures that limit their flexibility and creativity. And this is referenced by HRExchangenetwork.com. They may also face seniority-based promotions and pay scales that discourage merit and productivity. The second con is that unions can impose high costs and fees on workers and employers. And the very reason is that unionized workers have to pay dues and fees to support their union's activities, which may reduce their net income. Employers also have to bear the cost of higher wages, benefits, and administrative expenses associated with union contracts. My third and final con is that unions can cause conflict and divisions among workers and between workers and employers. Ununionized workers may have to go on strikes or boycotts to pressure their employers for better terms, which may harm their reputation and income, as you're seeing here with the UAW. They're going into almost 1 week of strike. Well, at the recording of this video, nothing has been resolved. And right now, Ford and GM are looking into laying off more workers as the strike continue. They may also face resentment or hostility from non-unionized workers who do not enjoy the same benefits or protections. Those are not my opinions. I reference those from the website, which I will list in the description box below. So please don't run for the pitchfork, the fire, and the agrimob just yet. I will leave the information below. Let me know your thoughts as well. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. Please smash that like button on your way out. It will only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. Until next time.